So we were up in Minnesota this weekend and was really pleased with what we saw. Our top runners did an excellent job. Like week in, week out, they're starting to become very reliable up front with Michaela Cole on the women's side and Wall Cott on the men's side. But what I was really excited to see was kind of the group behind them as far as what they were able to do. The improvements they made this week was huge for us going forward as far as what we're going to try to be able to do at the conference meets here in 3 weeks. And so Gabby Skopek had a great race on the women's side, as did Lucy Conroy. She really stepped up in a big way. And I think seeing her run with confidence again is going to be big for our program. And so what she was able to do was fantastic. CJ May on the men's side had a really good race for us as well, back to where he needs to be, a good place to move forward from. His first couple meets were not where he wanted him to be, and so he was much better off there. Sam McCool, a freshman from Illinois, and Alex Jackson, they had a great race. Our spread on the men's side was really tight. Once you get past Wall, our number 2 through our number 5 runner, we were probably 15 seconds apart there. And so that was big to see that differential. And so just really happy to see those improvements this week because that's what we kind of needed to see. A really tough course up there. We saw a lot of really good teams, and so it was a good test for our program. We take this weekend off. We get a good block of training in, then we'll be heading to the Bradley Classic next Friday to go against some familiar foes. A lot of conference schools are going to be there, so that'll really tell us kind of where we're at stacked up heading into the conference championships 2 weeks after that. So happy where they're at, but a lot of work to do, and just looking forward to getting back to work this week. Any questions regarding cross?
Just with the interesting things the weather is kind of doing right now, what are the things you're looking for in terms of conditions that might be good for training and competing in, knowing that you're going to get deeper into the fall and things are probably going to get tougher from that standpoint?
Yeah, so you just kind of got to roll with it. And so I think the hardest part with all the weather has just been trying to find good places to train. A lot of the places we try to go to, they're just flooded. We can't get into. And so we've been doing a lot of training on gravel roads just west of town on 12th Street. Head out there, and it's nice and hilly. Gravel's good footing, and it stays pretty manageable as far as the wetness goes. And so we drive them out, drop them off, and they run back in. And so we just get creative with ways things are. And cross country is one of those sports. You start the season, it's our first meet at Iowa is 90 degrees, and then by the end of the season, we're running. It might be in the 20s. And so Midwest kids are tough though. They got it figured out, and we'll just take it for what it's worth. And if we can run in this, we can run anything. So
you mentioned that meet next week. That'll tell you where your team's at. Where do you think your team's at right now?
We're in a good place for right now, and so it's we still have room to improve, and so getting a chance to go head to head. Cross country, it's hard to compare. Cross country course, the conditions are a lot different everywhere you go. The courses are hillier one place. We ran on a really tough hilly course, probably one of the toughest courses in the country. And then there's some other courses that run flat, and if it's not rained very much, the ground is firm. And so you're able to run a lot faster. If it's been rainy and wet, it's a lot softer, and so you don't get as good a return off the ground coming back up. And so comparing times is a dangerous thing in cross country. And once you get head to head, that's where you have to kind of see where you're at. And so next week I think we'll probably see Bradley, Drake, Indiana State. We'll see a lot of the schools that are going to be in that top half of the conference. They'll be there. So we'll definitely be looking forward to getting after it there.
That course you're competing on in a couple weeks, is that the same as the MVC championship course or a different one?
Yeah, this one will be the Missouri Valley Conference Championship course and also the regional championship course that we'll see again after that. So we're set now to go three competitions in a row heading to Bradley, and we'll be very familiar with that course. And it's a good course, runs fast. It's on a golf course. Usually drainage is good, so if there's a lot of rain, it usually helps us out there too. So should be an excellent venue.
How big an advantage is that in the sport of cross country to know the course and have run it a couple of times?
It's big. I mean, it's just like playing, in a familiar arena, in football or basketball. It's just, all the curves, the tangents to take, where the little dips are, the footing, all that stuff. And so any chance you get familiar with the course, it's going to be beneficial. So that should help us out heading down championship time. All right, go Panthers.